try and forget about fear, or try and use that as like a motivating factor.
Yeah.
And try to just like be yourself as much as possible and just do the things that you want to do. Like have fun. Like if you want to go out and make videos, like go out and make videos. Don't care what other people think. Like try not to get in your own head too much.
It's important that you get to know people within the YouTube community or just creator community in general if you plan on creating content online. And Burke Cullinane is an amazing creator. He has such an artistic aesthetic to his videos. Not only that, but he has some really inspirational stuff. I'm sorry about the audio on this. It was really noisy during the meetup at 368. I just made do with what I had, and I think the information will be super helpful to you guys. Anyway, subscribe, notifications, likes, all that things. Leave me some comments down below. I love hearing from you guys.
Try not to get in your own head too much, and because like fear is a powerful thing, it really is, and I think that we can really let that overcomplicate things sometimes.
Yeah, when they were saying the whole fear stuff, I was like, man, there's a definite difference for me in terms of like, am I gonna do like the Will Smith bungee jump off a helicopter fear, like, or am I going to like vlog in public, like that, like, but
I think it was like the fear of failing, you know?
Oh yeah,
the fear of failing, like the fear of like, I'm gonna start doing this YouTube channel and nobody's gonna watch, or I'm gonna start this YouTube channel and everybody's gonna make fun of me, or I'm gonna start doing graphic design or woodworking or whatever, and you're gonna fail. But like how? But what is like that? I always think about this. Like, what is a failure and what is a success?
dovetailing into failure is not a failure if you don't quit.
Right. If you choose to let a failure, like, be a failure, that is when you quit. I also think in the same aspect, like, you need to fail like 100 times in order to succeed.
for sure.
The best way to look at it is ups and downs, rather than failures and successes, because as long as you're like doing the thing that you love to do, and maybe you want to make a living off of it, maybe you don't. Like if you want to make a living off of it, it's probably going to take a lot of time and effort, and it won't be easy. Like everybody talks about that, but as long as you understand that there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, just like keep pushing forward, and eventually you will hit that point where it's like, okay, I kind of like, I've hit the success, but don't like let that be like the ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, like always strive to be better.
One question I want to ask to you about production and production company. I think this is can relate to a lot of people that are on YouTube that are video creators too.
Yes.
When you are doing a production company, or even if like freelance or whatever it be, at what point do you prioritize? Somebody calls you up and they're like, hey, I'll pay you $200 to do this whatever shoot, more than one, creating your content for YouTube, and two, taking the time to pursue higher paying gigs.
Yeah, that's actually something that I constantly think about all the time, and I think it's something that I struggle with, because at the end of the day, like I think in our human nature, we're gonna do the things that we think is best for us, like self-gain. You know? How is this gonna be more beneficial to me in the long run?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, that's the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like I'm just gonna do that, and like I'm not making any money off it right now. Like I have a Patreon that I don't even promote at all, and it has like I have like 2 patrons on it, but like I just like making the YouTube videos, so sometimes I kind of like over prioritize that. Something that I'm doing this year.
I think it compounds in time.
It does compound in time, because
I don't want to cut you off.
No, I mean, I love it because it's like a conversation.
Yeah.
Like this year, as opposed to last year, because last year I would definitely go on spurts where I was like, I was just doing stuff every day. Like I still create everything. That's the thing I talk about, but I was like posting almost every day, and I know I was like, I'm probably slacking on my client work. So this year I'm trying to make it a point to only put out 3 videos a week, and if I have the time to do more.
Only 3. That's still a big feat, man.
Yeah, it is. But like I think when you like understand when to put the time in, so some things that help me is like kind of build a schedule when it comes to client work and YouTube, and like understand that this time is for YouTube and this time is for client work. So I try and treat my client work, like my edits during the day, as like a 9 to 5. Sometimes I go a little over that. Sometimes I start a little early. It's like flexible, like it moves around depending on shoots and everything. But I try not to like. One thing I'm a huge advocate for is like treat every client the same. So say Gary V comes to me and is like, we have this multi-million-dollar project we want you to do, and blah, blah, blah. Obviously I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, that is insane. But if there's a project in the queue at that moment in time, like I'm not just going to like completely forget about it. And it does become difficult when a lot of projects are coming in and they're coming in at the same time, but I have like a whiteboard and I like prioritize them and when they come in. And then the videos with YouTube, any of my free time, like it goes to that. Like I don't really watch too much TV. Well, now I kind of do because my girlfriend and I live together now, and she loves like reality TV.
Yeah, it's like the time that you spend. I can relate because you want to spend time with your significant other.
Yeah. So like that is important. So now like I'll watch like TV and stuff like that, but. I try and get up earlier in the morning so that I can edit these videos. I will like set aside time during the day. She's also a nurse, so she works like 12-hour shifts. So that kind of makes it like, oh, she's working 12 hours this day. I can get client work done and film a YouTube video, and then still have time for her like another day. So like I try and allocate my time as best as I possibly can, so that I'm not wasting any time. Like I don't drink. I used to drink all the time. I don't drink anymore. And I think that has been like a huge thing is I'm not spending time going out to bars or like sitting on the couch and drinking a beer. Like I'm doing other things that are more productive for like my growth. So I think a big thing with all of that is just prioritizing your time and finding a way to sacrifice things along the way. Maybe it's TV, maybe it's like hanging out with friends all the time. For me, sleep is a big thing. I try not to sleep in too much. It doesn't happen all the time because I'm a human being and I mess up, but I try and get up early. I try and stay up a little later so that I can get things done.
As you grow with your production company and client work, do you have like a benchmark of like if you have a free day, if somebody comes with some offer that's too low, are you just like, come on, man? Like I know what my worth is, and then do you pursue something more or?
So I think at the point that I'm at, like I won't take on. Like we have a rate.
Yeah.
And like if the budget isn't like within our rate or it's not workable, like we can't work that into the budget. Like if it's a little bit lower than our usual rate, but we can make some sacrifices as far as like hours or maybe something along the way, then I'll do it. But
it's a slippery slope because you don't want to compromise your work.
You don't want to compromise your work, and you got to understand your worth. And like once you start doing it at a consistent basis, and you do get busy, and I like at a point where I'm consistently doing work every single week, and I'm also like I'm getting new videos and new clients every single week.
Yeah.
You have to think about like. Yeah, okay, like this video, it's $1,000, like it's gonna help me pay my bills, but I have all these other projects going on that are worth this much and I need to focus my time on those. So maybe it's not responsible for me to take that job on because everybody's always chasing money. We're always chasing money all the time. But like if you're making a living wage and like you're gonna stress yourself out over $1,000 just to like add one more thing onto the pile to try and get it done, to try and make an extra $1,000, is it really worth it? And it also depends on like, are you doing YouTube videos? Are you working on your personal brand? Because if you are, I think you really need to take that into consideration because it's something that if you're getting into freelance, I think you should be on a platform like YouTube and Instagram because I correlate how much growth my business has had in the last year to my YouTube channel and to my Instagram because they're seeing a consistent like upload and they're seeing the consistency in content and all that stuff. And like, it's just a matter of people like seeing you every day or every week and then being like, oh, we need a video. Oh, this guy does video. So yeah, I hope I just.
There you go.
Yeah, long answers.
but I think people that do video client work wise and do YouTube can relate to all the things we just talked about.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Dude, thank you. I'm gonna hug it out, man. Thanks.
Where can people find you?
You can find me at Burke Cullinane everywhere. So it's BurkeCullinane.
So it's probably been on the screen this whole time while the whole like
and
you should click these videos.
I just spelled it out for you guys.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, man.
Dude, thank you. Right?
A handshake and a hug.
A handshake
Boom.
and a hug.